Siyanamukela ohlelweni lwe-Ithala Edu platform enilethulelwa ngezilokotho ezinhle Ithala kanye ne-GoDigitalSA Foundation. Thamelani izifundo ze-mathematics, i-accounting, isiZulu ulimi lwasekhaya, isiNgisi, i-FAL, i-physical science, i-geography, ezobuchwepheshe, i-computer applications technology kanye namaklasi e-learner wellness okungukuzilolonga ngokomqondo kanye nomzimba. Lezi zifundo zethulwa nsuku zonke kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuya ngoLwesihlanu kuqala ngehora lesi-4 kuya kwelesihlanu u-4 kuya ku-5 ntambama nangoMgqibelo kusukela ligamanxe ihora lesi-8 8:30 kuze kugamanxe ihora lokuqala emini 1:30. Zithameleni futhi lezi zifundo emsakazweni Ukhozi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo-9 kuya ku-10 ebusuku. Ningangena ekhasini lethu lika-Facebook elithi GoDigitalSA_movement noma kwi-YouTube uthi GoDigitalSA Foundation. Siyethemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo oluhlose ukunifundisa futhi lulekelele kulokho enikufunda ezikoleni zenu. Luthokozeleni-ke lolu hlelo nimeme nabo bonke abanye abafundi bebanga le-12 grade 12 ukuze nabo bazuze kulo futhi nonke nicijeleke ukuphumelela kwizivivinyo zenu zokuphela konyaka.
Sanibonani grade 12 siphinde sibingelelane nje kulesihlanu ntambama. Ngicela nje singakhohlwa ukuthi si-available njalo ngolesihlanu kusukela ngo-4 to 5 o'clock. Now, grade 12 namhlanje sizobheka nje upaper 2. Ngoba the reason why amanye ama-learners engabathola distinction is because bayo-ignoration noma bayoziba upaper 2. So namhlanje ngifuna senze wonke ama-calculations esinawo laphana nje kupaper 2. Paper 2 wethu grade 12 siubiza nge-map work. And namhlanje sizokwenza nje ama-calculations awu-6 e-map work. Sizoqala nge-distance. Sibheke i-distance ukuthi i-calculator kanjani. Now remember ke grade 12. Njalo uma ucalculator i-distance kumele ube ne-formula ke phela. Izothini le formula yakho? Kuzoba i-distance yakho, kuzoba i-measurement yakho. Ozoyi-measure ngani ngerula lakho. Nanti irula lami ngiphethe la eceleni kwami. Kuzoba i-distance uzoyi-measure ngerula lakho times i-map scale. So kuzoba i-distance times i-map scale. Now, uma becelile ke mhlambe kwi-question paper yakho mhlambe e-exam ye-test ukuthi mhlambe measure i-distance yakho from point A to point B. Ungenzeka mhlambe ukuthi becele mhlambe ku-orthophoto map noma mhlambe kwi-topographic map. Lese mhlambe bacela kwi-orthophoto map. Qale nje nge-orthophoto map. I-orthophoto map bazokhumbula abafundi ukuthi le map le black and white. Into ozoyenza ke into yokuqala grade 12. Nanku line vele unawo unikiwe. Kuthiwa nje measure i-distance from point A to point B. Usuzothatha irula lakho ke manje grade 12. Ulibhekisise kahle. Irula lakho liqala ngo-0 lapha kuma centimeters lize liyofika lapha na ku-30 centimeters. Wena mawenza ama measurements ke uqala ku-0 hayi ku-1 lento ejwayele ukwenza ama-learners amaningi. I-mistake e-common leyo. So nje zama ukuthi uyilento i-correct. Now, let's say mhlambe i-measurement yami mhlambe ngithola u-8 centimeters. And ngisebenzisa i-orthophoto map yami. And kwi-question paper bathe bafuna i-distance yami ibe kephi kuma-meters. Ngizobe sengenza njani ke? Ngizobe sengimultiplya nge-map scale. Ewubani ewu-100. Ngoba phela i-map scale ye-orthophoto map grade 12 u-1:10,000. So ngizoyi-converter ke manje ngiyibuyisele la kuma-meters inginikeze ubani u-100. Now, u-8 times 100 uzonginikeza bani ke manje? Uzonginikeza u-800 meters. Into esinotisayo noma sesinotice nje e-marking center sinotice ama-units we-grade 12. Uma ungawafanga ama-units usuke wrong. Imaphi lama-units engikhuluma ngawo? Ama-centimeters phela sibone ukuthi usebenzise i-ruler wathola ama-centimeters. And then wasuya-converter phela nge-map scale yakho, i-orthophoto map. Then wasuthola i-answer yakhe esiyi-conversion manje-ke esikephi esikuma-meters. Then bese siphinde sola mhlambe enye equation grade 12 ethi calculate the very same distance esuka ku-A ka ku-B. Kodwa manje kephi-ke kwi-topographic map. And unike i-answer-ke manje futhi kephi kuma-meters. So utholile-ke asithi u-1 wethu lo, u-2 wethu lo. Bese sivele sesitholile i-answer yethu iwu-8 centimeters. So sizothi 8 centimeters times 500. Ngoba iscale se-orthophoto se-topographic map sithi 1:50,000. So ama-centimeters, so you are converter back into ama-meters here. So uzothola bani-ke manje? 8 times 500, that will give you 4,000 meters. Then again, nanka ama-units amaya abonakala la, nanka futhi amanye futhi ayabonakala. Grade 12, ama-meters-ke lawo esikhuluma ngawo. Now, let's say mhlambe bathe bacela i-answer-ke manje ngama-kilometers. Sebenzisa the very same distance lo esiyimejile laphana ewu-8 centimeters from point A to point B. If sebecele ukuthi nikeze i-answer yakho kuma-kilometers uzokwenza njani-ke? Ake siqale nge-orthophoto map again. Kwi-orthophoto map uzothi 8 centimeters times 0.5. So 8 centimeters times 0.5, this will give you 4 kilometers. If you notice grade 12 manje, sekune-change manje sikhona-ke, nansi change laphayana. It's no longer manje ama-meters, sekuyini instead ama-kilometers. Remember, sebenzisa ini? I-orthophoto map. Ake sisebenzise i-topographic map. Sizosebenzisa the very same measurement. Leya 8 centimeters times-ke manje-ke, my mistake grade 12. Laphayana we were supposed to say 1. Siyakhuluma-ke umntwana wagoba njengoba ehleze lento incorrect laphayana uthi I know senze mistake-ke. Sengiyezwa goba. Alright, laphayana nje, yes, it's times 0.1 and then u-8 times 0.1 kuzokunikeza bani-ke? Times 0.1, that will give you 80.1. That's 80 times 0.1. That will give you 0.8 meters. Thank you, Koba. Alright, let us proceed. Asiyeke manje lapha kwi-topographic map. I-topographic map ine-scale sakhona-ke ehlukile phela kunalesiyana se-orthophoto map esesu 1:50,000. Okay, lana-ke sizokwenza njani-ke manje? Sizothi 8 centimeters times 0.5. Ngoba phela lesi scale sethu sisusela kephi-ke? Laphayana ku-1:50,000. So u-8 centimeters times 0.5, that is when-ke manje uzokunikeza bani-ke grade 12 u-4 kilometers. Nansi unit yethu ishintshile manje, ama-kilometers. And uma ubheka lapha sisebenzisa i-orthophoto map, iscale sethu esisebenzisile kube u-0.1. Sasithola ubana i-answer u-0.8 meters. La ngezansi, since we were using i-topographic map, then sithole bani? U-4 kilometers as our final answer. Khumbula-ke grade 12. Ngicela nje sikhumbuzane grade 12. Uma si-calculator any calculation laphayana kwi-map yethu, asivele sisusele nanoma kephi noma sisusele ekhanda. Sisuke sinikiwe-ke ama-heights above sea level. Ama-heights above sea level ethu-ke asuke enjani-ke manje? Ama-heights above sea level ethu awu-4. Eyokuqala siyibiza nge-spot height esuke sisebenza ngayo grade 12. Eyesibili siyibiza ngani? Nge-trig beacon. Eyesithathu siyibiza ngama-contour lines. And then eyokugcina siyibiza nge-benchmark. And grade 12 kubalulekile ukuthi uzazi zonke lezi zinto-ke lezi siyisebenzisayo laphayana kwi-map work yethu uma se-calculator noma senze nje ama-calculations emaphini yethu. I-spot height sakho uzosibona kanjani emaphini yakho? Uzosibona nge-dots before i-number. Let's say mhlawumbe 1500. I-trig beacon yakho uzoyibona kanjani? Uzoyibona nge-triangle encane nenamba lapha phezulu engasho lutho that much in terms of calculator-ke kwakho. Wena yini uba worried ngayo-ke grade 12? Ile number le esuke ilanga ezansi. Iyona-ke esiyibiza ngane nge-height above sea level. Le number ela isuke futhi ikuma-meters. Then bese siba nama-contour lines. Ama-contour lines, these are brown lines. Ama-lines nje asuke e-brown, asuke ehamba nama-heights above sea levels akhona. And lama heights above sea levels akhona ayashiyana depending ukuthi ama-contour interval akhona athini. If ewu-5 azoshiyana ngo-5. If ewu-10 azoshiyana ngo-10. Then bese siba ne-benchmark eyokugcina. I-benchmark-ke sikhuluma ngomgaqo-ke lana-ke. Umgaqo wona-ke usually ujwayele ukuba bomvu emaphini yakho noma ube brown. Then bese uba ne-arrow encane elapha yana. Le arrow encane-ke ijwayele ukuba nenumber eceleni. And le number-ke le esuke ikhona eceleni iyona-ke esiyisebenzisayo uku-calculate, iyona i-height above the sea level esuke sisebenza ngayo uma senza ama-calculations. Siqhubeke. Asibheke i-second calculation. I-second calculation siyibiza nge-area. I-area yesuke grade 12. Uzofike unike ibhokisi. But leli bhokisi leli awuvele nje udetshwele lona out of nowhere. Lisuso lapha-ke grade 12. Sebeyangitshela-ke manje abantu ba grade 12 futhi you know what? Lisuselwa emaphini lapha yana. It's either with topographic map noma with orthophoto map. And leli bhokisi lethu-ke kumele sisebenze ngalo phela manje ukuthola i-length noma i-measurements yaka breadth neyaka length. Ake siqale silento senze i-formula yethu-ke ukuthi i-formula yethu ye-area ithini kuqala. I-formula yethu ye-area ithi length times breadth. And kuzomele sazi ukuthi u-length ukephi laphayana kulela bhokisi lethu. U-length nanku yaphezulu-ke la ngoba it's the longest part. U-breadth wethu ukephi ula eceleni. Then bese kuyima sithatha i-ruler-ke manje grade 12. Nanti i-ruler lami-ke sengiyalithatha. Sengiyakala-ke manje. Ngikala bani? I-length yami ukuthi iwubani. Khumbula-ke grade 12 futhi siqala laphayana njalo ku-0 uma simeje. So kwi-length yami ngithola u-7. Kwi-length yami ngithola u-7 centimeters times. Bese ngiyama kancane. Bese ngiyayi-revisit i-question-ke. I-question ngiyiphinde ngibheke ukuthi bathe angicalculate kwi-orthophoto map noma kwi-topographic map. Lese mhlambe bathe angicalculate kwi-topographic map. Now ngizokwenza njani-ke manje? If ngicalculate kwi-topographic map ngizosebenzisa either u-0.5 noma u-500. Ngiphinde futhi ngiyibheke i-question. I-question kumele ingitshele phela ukuthi kumele nginikeze i-answer either in meters noma in kilometers. If la bethe nikeza i-answer in kilometers, ila ngizobe sengifaka khona ubani-ke grade 12 u-0.5. So u-7 times 0.5 wami uzokunika u-3.5. Akusiyona u-3.5 centimeters, akusiyona u-3.5 meters, but u-3.5 bani-ke grade 12, 3.5 kilometers. Then bese ngiyadlula-ke sengiqedile ngo-length. Sengiya lapha kwi-breadth yami-ke. I-breadth yami Sengiyayimejja ke i-breadth yami ngithola u3 centimeters. 3 centimeters times 0.5 kuzokunikeza abanike lokho ke. So we'll say 3 centimeters times 0.5. This will give me 1.5 kilometers. Bese senze njani ke as from lana ke? Ila sesilandela khona iformula ke manje. Ithini iformula yethu ithi length times breadth. So sengizothatha ke manje i-answer yalapha yana kwi-length ngiyibhale phansi ewu3.5 kilometers times i-answer ke ka-breadth ewubani ewu1.5 kilometers. Asiwabona ama-units grade 12 ezisenza i-calculation yethu. Now sengizothi 3.5 kilometers times 1.5 kilometers. That will give me ubani 5.25 kilometers. Not just any kilometers here ngoba si multiply ama kilometer amabili ke manje. So kuzoba ubani u-square kilometer ke. Sengiqedile nge answer yami ye-area abacela ukuthi ngiyicalculate. Now, ake sithi mhlambe ke grade 12. Bacele ukuthi calculate ke i-area yakho lapha kwi-orthophoto map. Uzobe uswenzani ke manje? Kwi-orthophoto map yakho ke ilana ke manje grade 12. Ozobe usushintsha ama-units ke manje. Uzoqala uthini? Khumbula ke sizosebenzisa ama-measurements afanayo nasekuqaleni. Ekuqaleni yes. Iformula yethu ithini? Length times breadth, khumbula. And u-length sisole ubani? Sisole u7 centimeters. Multiply ngoba sebenzisa i-orthophoto map manje. Multiply by ubani u0.1. That will give us ubani ke manje grade 12. So 7 centimeters times 0.1. That will give us 0.7 meters. Ku-breadth wethu sole bani u3 centimeters. So 3 centimeters times 0.1. That will give us ubani ke manje kuzosinikeza u0.3 meters. Bese again silandela iformula. Iformula yethu ithi length times breadth. So ilana esizothi 0.7 meters multiply by 0.3 meters. So remember uma multiply ama-length amabili ama-units amabili kumele uze no square ngoba it's leyo nto lesicover ini i-square. So is square kilometer or is square meter again. So we'll say 0.7 times 0.3. This will give us 0.21 meters squared. Then usuqedile ke manje ngane nge-area ke manje oyicalculator kuma meters. Ngezinye izikhathi futhi grade 12 bengakucela mhlawumbe ukuthi calculator i-area yakho ke manje. Uyicalculate ususele kwi-topographic map yakho but usebenzisa i-information yani ye-orthophoto map. I-question izothi mhlambe ke calculate the area covered by the orthophoto map on the topographic map. Ngicela ingaconfuse leyo nto. Ngoba learners amaningi once abona leyo question leyo, that is where be confuse ama-units, be confuse even ne-scale sabo ukuthi siphi scale ekumele besisebenzise. Remember nje kumele ungapheniki, bheka wena ukuthi ithini i-calculation and then u-underline. Calculate the area covered by the orthophoto map kephi kwi-topographic map. Then that is when manje uzokwenza njani, uzosebenzisa iscale sawi-topographic map. Now, asibheke the third question. The third question will be asking you about the calculation ye-average gradient. I-average gradient njengoba bengishilo ekuqaleni ngathi sisebenzisa ama-heights above the sea. Now uzoba no point A la ube no point B la. Upoint A wakho mhlambe uzoba ne-height engango 1500. Upoint B wakho mhlambe ube ne-height engango 1400. Now lama points lawa between the two ahlukana ngobani ke manje? Ahlukana ngo100. And yonke into grade 12 elapha emaphini yakho isuke ikuma meters. So nje i-difference between these two here is 100 meters. Now asize ne-formula ke manje yani ye-average gradient. I-formula yethu i-average gradient ithi VI over HE or D. Asize nama-values ke manje kabani ka-VI ukuthi athini ke manje ama-values ka-VI. Ama-values ka-VI ila uyakhona ke kulama heights above sea level. Uyobheka i-difference between the two. Ithini i-difference between 1500 no-1400. Nansi difference ke yakho ke. 1500 minus 1400 will be 100 meters. Yindaba ngithi 1000 ngithi 100 meters is because ekuqaleni ngithe yonke into esuke ikwi-topographic map esuke kwi-orthophoto map isuke ikuma meters. Siqhubeke ne-calculation. Asibheke ama-values ka-H, E, O, D. La sifuna ini ke manje? Sesifuna phela i-scale. Sifuna i-distance esizoyi-converta nge-scale depending ukuthi bathe asiyicalculate kephi i-average gradient yethu. Let's say mhlambe bathe asiyicalculate mhlambe lapha kwi-topographic map. If bethe asiyicalculate i-topographic map, uzobe la uzobe usuthatha khona i-ruler lakho ke manje. Umeasure i-distance between these 2 points. So in this case mina ngithola 8 centimeters. Multiply, khumbula ngithe yiphi map esisebenzisayo, i-topographic map. So you will multiply by i-scale se-topographic map esu-500. And then you will say 8 centimeters times 500. Lokho ozokunikeza ubani 4000 meters. Mawubhekisisa kahle ke la grade 12 senginama meters lapha yana ku-VI wami, and then nginane futhi ke nginamanye futhi ama meters la ku-HE wami. So nje ama units ami aseyafana, so singayenza i-cross multiplication or i-division. Sengizothini ke manje? Ngizothi 1 over 100 meters multiply by ubani ke 4000 meters over ubani 1. 1 goes into 1 how many times? 1 uya kanye. 100 uya ngaki lapha yana ku 4000 uya ka 40. And then now khumbula ke grade 12 ukuthi i-answer yakho ye-average gradient kumele ibe ne ratio, ibe kwi-ratio scale yakho. So i-answer yakho ke lapha ekugcineni will be ubani u-G, which is gradient. G is equal to 1:2. Le answer ozoyithola lana ke will be the answer which is ubani u-40. So i-answer yakho e-average gradient grade 12 will be u-G is equal to 1:40 meters. And then bese ebuza ke ama-learners ukuthi indawo ikanjani ke uma ngithola i-answer ewu-40 meters? I-steep noma i-gentle? Ilapho esesingenelela khona ke sesikutshela ukuthi anything that is above u-20 is gentle, and then anything that is below ubani u-20 is steep. So in this case islope sakho sinjani? Si-gentle ngoba it's above ubani u-20. Then siphinde sibheke futhi enye i-calculation ye-average gradient. Sisebenzisa ini ke manje grade 12? Sisebenzisa i-orthophoto map. Sizosebenzisa the very same figures, sebenzise the height above sea level esiwatholile ngalesi sikhathi sicalculate i-average gradient ye-topographic map. So in this case, it says no 1,500 and then it's no 1,400. Now, and then again, we will say VI over formula yethu HE. Bese sithola uVI ama-figures a-VI ethu ukuthi awubani. Sibheka i-difference between these two. Difference between these two, that will give us ubani 100 meters. And then bese siyobheka ke manje ubani uHE, which is i-distance ke manje, the actual distance. And then again sizobuyisela ubani u8 centimeters lo esimtholile eqaleni. Into ezohluka ke grade 12 la iyodwa iscale sakho akusezuba u500 sekuzoba ubani u100. So you have 8 centimeters times 100, that will give you ubani 800 meters. Singinama meters lapha ku VI wami, singinama meters futhi kephi lapha ku HE wami. Then now bese ngithini ke bese nga cross multiply again. Ukuthi 1 over 100 multiply by bani ke manje by 800 meters over ubani 1. 1 goes into 1 how many times? 1 time. 100 goes into 800 how many times? 100 times. Sorry, 8 times. So i-answer yami ke ezophuma ke lana grade 12 ngithe mina asiqale ngani ngeformula yethu elapha egcineni phela ethi G, i-answer yethu le. If i-average gradient yakho ingagcini ngo-G, then you are wrong. So u-G is equals to 1:2. Siqikelele lokho grade 12 mase sibhale i-exam lapha. 1:2 u8 meters. Kuchaza ukuthini ke lokho mase sihlaziya iscale sethu ke noma i-answer yethu lapha ya gradient. Ichaza ukuthi le ndawo lena is steep. Ngoba yini grade 12 i-below, i-answer yethu i-below u20, and ngithe any answer e-below u20 is steep and any answer e-above ubani u20 is gentle. So thina lana sinani sine steep gradient. Steep gradient. We are done with the average gradient. Let's go on to another question. Any question mhlawumbe abangayikhipha kwi-exam kungaba i-question emayelana ne-calculation ye-magnetic declination. I-calculation ye-magnetic declination ke kusuke kune-information grade 12 osuke unikwe yona laphana kwi-exam. And i-map yakho isuke ine-true north. If you notice, i-true north yakho isuke ilapha yana ezansi kwi-map noma mhlambe eceleni emapini yakho. The true north le ihambisana ne-information that is around yona. If you notice, khona i-information mhlambe esuke in brackets mhlambe number of years. Mhlambe kuthiwa 2000, mhlambe n2, mhlambe minus, mhlambe 2000. Ngicela ungayinaki leyo information. Wena uzonothisa ini uzonaka i-information mhlambe elapha ngezansi la imap eyenziwa ngayo. Mhlambe ngabo uye 2000, mhlambe ngabo uye 2001. And then bese uba ne-mean annual change. Eubani ewu2 meters, ewu2 minutes west. Then bese uba ne-previous declination, mhlambe ewu24 degrees, mhlambe 14 minutes west. Ile information leyo eyidingayo ke grade 12 ukuyibona is either iseceleni kwemap yakho noma ingaphansi kwemap yakho. Iyona information oyisebenzisayo ukucalculate i-magnetic declination. Ake sithi ke nansi question yaphuma ke grade 12 thiwa calculate the magnetic declination for the current year. And i-current year yakho ke izoba ubani? Mhlawumbe u-year 2020. I-current year yakho izoba 2020 and i-map eyakhiwa ngawo the one that you are working with mhlambe yenziwa ngobani ngo-2000. Into eyokuqala ke ekumele uyenze ke uma ucalculator i-magnetic declination grade 12 uqala ngama difference in years. So uzothini ke manje uzothi 2020 minus uye bani 2000. So this will give you ubani ke manje kuzokunikeza u20 years and ubhale ukuthi years lapha yana eceleni so that imark izobona ukuthi ufuna ukuthini. And then bese uthi the very same 20 years lapha yana ke multiply by mean annual change ewu2 minutes west. Now u20 multiply by u2 kuzokunikeza bani ke u40 minutes. Sikuyashintsha ke manje grade 12 40 minutes west. Then bese ubuyela futhi khona ke lapha yana kule information yakho ye declination ye map yakho. Uzobuyela khona ke uzobe usuthatha the previous declination ewubani ke manje ewu24 degrees 14 minutes. So you will say 24 degrees 14 minutes west plus the current annual change ewubani ewu40 minutes west. Bese sama learners mayifika lana ke ila aluza khona ama marks ngoba our calculate noma our add ama like terms. So in this case uzo add ini ke uzo add izinto ezifanayo nanka ama minutes. So ama degrees akho uzowehlisa njengoba enjalo. So you have 24 degrees 14 plus u40 kuzokunikeza bani ke manje u54 minutes west. So 24 degrees 54 minutes west is your new magnetic declination for the current year, eka 2020. Now, let's say mhlambe i-answer yakho ke iya exceeda ngenza i-example ke manje. I-answer yakho if i-exceeda u60 minutes wenze njani ke lapho e-grade 12 ngoba ila sibe confuse ke khona. Let's say mhlambe uthole i-answer ewu24 degrees mhlambe 61 minutes west. Wenze njani ke kule case? U60 lo oyi-hour ulingana ne-degree. So kuzomela ukuthi uthathe i-hour elila noma i-degree elila uyolifaka ngale bese kushintsha lana ke ingabe kusaba u24 instead of 24 kuba u25 bese usala nobani ke la ngoba phela uzobe uthe 60 minus 61 uzobe uthe 61 minus 60 uzosala no1 la 1 minute west. So ngicela siqikelele nje grade 12 lento ukuthi uma sesi-exceedile la u60 minutes leyo nto suke silingane ne-degree elilodwa and lelo degree asilithathe manje siliphonse kephi ngale kulama degrees angale and then bese ya increase again. Okay, khona i-follow on ngeke ngiyibize nge-follow on calculation ibizwa nge-magnetic bearing. Magnetic bearing ke good people awuvele uyicalculate nje uyisusela ekhanda. I-magnetic bearing i-combination ye-true bearing plus i-magnetic declination. Now before nje ngize ngiqhubeke angiqale ngicalculate ke manje noma ngidetermine i-true bearing yami ukuthi i-true bearing yami ithini before ngize ngicalculate i-magnetic bearing. Now let's say mhlambe uno point A right here and uno point B la emapini yakho bese kuthiwa ke it's a calculation it's a question, give the magnetic bearing of B from A. Ngicela ukuyiphinda futhi, it's give the magnetic bearing of B from A. La ukuthiwa from khona ila uthatha khona irula lakho wenze i-straight line. Bese kuthiwa remember kuthiwa of u-B from u-A and then you intersect lama points womabili yawahlanganisa kanje. Then bese usebenzisa i-instrument ebizwa nge-protractor. Nathi i-protractor yami lapha mkwami and i-protractor yami kumele umfundi ekwazi ukuyisebenzisa. Njalo umfundi makumele esebenzise le instrument le eyi-semicircular kuzomele esebenzise clockwise not anti-clockwise. And ama-protractor ahlukene ke khona ene-cross part nendawo khona ene-dot. Le cross le noma i-dot iyona ke ekumele eyibeke kephi lapha kwi-point lika-A. Njengoba ngizoyibeka sengiyibekile ibe straight and if ubhekile ke manje i-protractor yami iyaphela manje and i-protractor yami igcina ku-180 degrees. Ngizokwenza njani ke kule case? Ngizothi i-true bearing yami is equals to 180 ngoba iphelile i-protractor yami ezingimeje. Sengiyiphendula ke manje grade 12 sengizoyimisa kanje. Make sure ukuthi le cross le goes over the line. Sengiyabala ke manje i-remainder yokusuka la uza la ukuthi ubani. So in this case nje nginobani? Ngino 0 to 46. So ngizothi plus 46 degrees. And then bese ngiya-add again. Ngizobe sengi-add u-180 ngithi 180 degrees plus u-46. That will give me u-226 degrees. Sengiyikhiphile sengiyideterminile ke manje i-true bearing yami ke. Ngicela futhi ngiphinde ngiyenze le true bearing yami ibe the other way around. Ngoba ma-learners ukuthi mhlambe ubatshela ukuthi since iphelile i-protractor yami la ngizobhala u-180 lana and then bese ngiyayiphendula ngibhale i-remainder wona evele ecabanga ukuthi njalo mangicalculate i-true bearing kuzomela ngiqale ngibhale u-180. No, that is not the case. La asidetermine enye i-true bearing. Ngizoba nawo point A futhi la ngibe no point B la. Bese ngithi mina determine the true bearing of A from B. Yabona ke manje ngitheni? Ngithi from B. So ngenze njani ke manje ku B? Ngishaya i-straight line. Nasi straight line sami lapha. Of A, remember sengiyaconnecta ke manje these two. Then bese uyimanga ngithatha i-protractor yami ke. I-protractor yami ngizoyibeka in a clockwise position. Then bese ngiyaqala ke manje ukuthi ukusuka la ku-0 uya lapha yana maqondana no-A ubani. So in this case mina ngithola u-43. So nje lana straight to the point. I-true bearing yami is equal to bani? U-46. Then I'm done. Sengiqedile ke. Senginani ke manje sengine, remember grade 12 ngine calculation ye-magnetic bearing, ngine calculation ye-magnetic declination ne-true bearing as well. So I can now use the two. Sengayisebenzisa lezi zinto eziyi-2 ke manje ukwenza ini ke manje. Thola ukuthi ithini i-answer yami ye-magnetic bearing. Now ngizosebenzisa u-46 as i-answer yami ye-true bearing in this case. So i-magnetic bearing yami ngithe mina is made up of a true bearing plus i-magnetic declination. Now i-true bearing yami la in this case ibe u-46 degrees plus ubani ke sengiyabuyela ke manje sengibuyela ke phike lapha kwi-answer yami phela ye-magnetic declination ebe ubani ke i-answer yami nansi i-answer yami laphana ewu 24 degrees 54 minutes west. And buka ke la grade 12 la you only add ama-like terms. In this case grade 12 ama-like terms u-46 degrees no 24 degrees. So if you add le 2 lena kuzokunikeza bani ke manje? Kuzokunikeza u-70 degrees 54 minutes west. I-answer yakho ke lena yani grade 12 ye-magnetic bearing. And then you are done. So uma ungena kwi-exam room without ukuthi uhambe along noma ulethe i-protractor yakho, and then you are going to fail. Is the fact. Asibheke enye i-calculation esingayithola grade 12. Le calculation yethu ibizwa nge-vertical exaggeration. I-vertical exaggeration grade 12. La siyasinikezwe ke mhlambe i-cross section yethu. Besidwebele nje i-cross section. Bese out of from the cross section elapha yana phansi. Please do calculate i-vertical exaggeration. Kuzodependa ke i-cross section yethu ke ukuthi ikephi kwi-orthophoto map noma kwi-topographic map. So in this case, ake senze ibe kwi-topographic map. If kwi-topographic map izoba no 1:50,000. Remember ama centimeters lo 50,000 grade 12. And then ngala bazothi nje 1 centimeter represents 20 meters. Yini futhi lena ke manje ibizwa nge-vertical scale. It's a vertical scale. Yini le la i-horizontal scale. And siyayidinga le information. Remember grade 12 ngithe mina is either bayakubuza ke lapha kwi-exam uqala ukuthi draw i-cross section yakho uyi-complete, and then from completing i-cross section yakho, and then usungacalculate ke manje i-vertical exaggeration. Ithinike i-formula e-vertical exaggeration. Ithi VS over HS. U-VS wakho uyi-vertical scale. U-HS wakho uyi-horizontal scale. So in this case sinikiwe i-vertical scale yethu ubani 1:20. So 1 centimeter represent 20 meters. Asidile no VS ke manje find out ukuthi athina ama values ethu. Khumbula se VS is equal to 1 centimeters over 20, and kumele simshintshe ke manje lo 20 meters. Simfanise nalesa scale lesi silapha se horizontal. Sizokwenza njani ke manje la sizo multiply phela ngobani ngo100. U20 multiply by 100, that will give us 2000. So that will be 2000 centimeters. It's either uyobhala 2000 centimeters noma uyobhala nje as 2000, it's okay. Sinobani ke la under EHS. Under EHS iscale sethu nase lapha su1:50,000. So asinayo iproblem yalapho, akumele senze ama conversions. Into esizoyenza ke manje sizowenza i-cross multiplication ke manje. Izothini i-cross multiplication? Izothi 1/2000 centimeters multiply by ubani u50,000 over u1. Bese siyabuza ke manje ukuthi u1 goes into 1 how many times? Then uzobe ususho it goes into 1 time. U2000 goes into u50,000 how many times? 25 times. Now, i-answer yakho ke ezophuma la izothini ke manje, it's 25 times. And lo 25 times uchaza ukuthini grade 12. The place there has been exaggerated noma isinyuswe by 25 times. So everything is now bigger and clear. Okay. Sihambe siyowenza futhi enye i-calculation yayo i-vertical exaggeration, kodwa manje sisebenzisa a different map which is called i-orthophoto map. Enescale esikabani ke yona ka 1:10,000. Ake sishintshe nje i-information ngamabomu. Sizothi 1 centimeter represents mhlambe ubani u10. Ngenza nje ngamabomu so that sizoba exposed learners to different kinds of calculations. Ngizothi nje 10 centimeters ngamabomu. Now ngithe iformula yalana whenever you are calculating vertical exaggeration uthi Vs over HS. So uVS ke la wethu ke kuzokubani ke manje. Nangu Vs wethu oyi vertical scale. Ozoba 1 centimeter is equal to ubani 10 meters. Remember kumele sishintshe lama meters grade 12 siwenze efane nama centimeters so that sizokwazi cross multiply and divide. So we will say multiply by 100. So 10 times 100, that will give you 1000 centimeters. It says either yobhala noma nje ubhale, but it's okay. Since the conversion iyabonakala and then i-marker will grant you a mark. Size laphayana ku-HS, i-horizontal scale. I-horizontal scale ke vele we are given i-horizontal scale. I-horizontal scale is ubani 1 is to 10,000. Bese senza i-cross multiplication. I-cross multiplication yethu ke izoma kanjani ke manje? Izothi 1 over 1000 centimeters times 10,000 centimeters over ubani 1. So 1 goes into 1 how many times? 1 time. And then bese kuba 1000 goes into 10,000 how many times? This goes into 10,000 10 times. So the answer yakho ke grade 12 will be 10 times. So your place has been elevated or your place has been exaggerated by how many times, grade 12? 10 times. Now, grade 12, sinenye calculation ebizwa ngani ke manje? Nge-length. Whenever befuna i-length lapha ka grade 12, uma befuna i-length, what do you do? I-length yakho ke kuzodependa ukuthi bayibuza kiphi i-map. I-length yakho bengayibuza mhlambe kwi-orthophoto map, bengayibuza kwi-topographic map. I-length yakho baye befake mhlambe i-feature mhlambe enjenge landing strip kanje. Mhlambe nansi i-landing strip la kuma khona amabhanoyi. Bese calculate i-length of i-landing strip yakho ke. This is a giveaway calculation anyway. Then bese bethi give the answer in meters. And then ila uzobe usuthatha khona i-ruler lakho. Uphinde uliplace in centimeters. So in this case ngithola ubani 6 centimeters. Since bethe anginikeze i-answer yami in meters, ngizobe sengithini ke manje times 100. So 6 centimeters times 100, that will give me ubani grade 12 600 meters. So i-answer yami ke yani ke grade 12 le ye-length. Ake sithi mhlambe bakunikeze i-calculation, i-question ye-calculation ye-length kephi kwi-topographic map. Usebenzisa the very same figures. Uzothi 6 centimeters times, sekushintsha iscale ke manje, times 500 is equal to, kuzokunikeza bani manje grade 12. So 6 centimeters times 500, that will be 3,000 meters. And then again, bengakunika mhlambe bethi give the length and calculate it in kilometers. Uzoyicalculate njenge distance yakho as uyi-calculate ekuqaleni. Usebenzisa the very same information, that is 6 centimeters times, if we orthophoto map, we'll say times 0.1 That will give you ubani 0.6 kilometers. And then also uma with topographic map, and then you will say 6 centimeters times 0.5, and then uzobusuthola bani ke manje grade 12 lana u3 kilometers. Remember asibafaki o squared ngoba as multiply ama kilometers afanayo, but as multiply in I kilometer elilodwa. So grade 12 ngithe mina, just to recap, anything esuke ibuziwe lapha yana emapini grade 12, any calculations, any number isuke ibekwe ngama meters. Ayikho into esuke ilapha yana emapini yakho esuke ibekwe ngama centimeters or ama kilometers. Yonke information mawubona nje ama spot heights emapini yakho, ama spot heights akho asuke engama meters. Mawubona ama trick beacon akho noma ama trigonometrical beacon akho lapha kwi map yakho asuke engama meters as well. Le number esuke ilapha yana phezulu, it's the number of a trick beacon. That has nothing to do ne calculation ozobe uyenza. Amanye ama-learners uthola mhlambe makuthiwa give the difference between spot height number 1500 from ilento with trick beacon number 45. Bavele bethathe 1500 bethi minus 45. They are wrong. You are wrong. Uthi 1500 minus ubani 1400, and then bese uthola i-difference here. Leyo difference uzoyithola in meters. Then ama-contour lines emapini yakho a-brown noma angathi a-orange nje, and wonke ama-contour lines owathola emapini akho asuke engama meters. Ama-benchmark all the time kusuke kuyemgwaqo. Makuthiwa nje mhlambe find a benchmark mhlambe in a specific grade noma in a certain grade, wena ke uzobe usujumpa ke phela manje uthi you know what, i-benchmark vele ijwayele ukuba semgaqweni. So wena usuke ubheka i-height above the sea level esuke ingasemgaqweni, and usually ijwayele ukuba either ibe brown noma ibe bomvu. So grade 12, that is all about ama map work calculations esinawo ka grade 12. Ezinye izinto ama interpretations ezobuye siwenze at a later stage, but for now asisticke nje ama calculations, so I practice them more and more as we are going towards ama exam sessions ethu. Niphinde nisijoyine ngokuzayo. Siyabonga kakhulu. Nibe nobusuku obuhle.
Siyathemba nifunde kahle nasithokozela isifundo sethu sanamhlanje enisethulelwe ngezilokotho ezinhle iThala libambisene neGoDigitalSA Foundation. Thamelani ke futhi esilandelayo ngesikhathi sifanayo. Ningakhohlwa ukumema nabanye abafundi bebanga le-12 ukuze nabo basizakale kulolu hlelo. Uma ninemibuzo noma nifisa ukuxhumana nathi, ningasithinta ngokufaka imibuzo yenu kwinombolo yethu ye-WhatsApp ethi 068 151 1072. Mfundi, ungakhohlwa ukubhala isifundo obuza ngaso ngaphambi kokubhala umbuzo wakho. Angiyiphinde inamba yethu 068 151 1072. Siyabonga.